Sterling's kick for touch. It's only about a 10-12 metre gain from where he kicked it in the middle of the field. Taylor, Sterling. Back on to Linda. Linda's busted the line, gone through the Canterbury first wall. Taylor at dummy half. Sterling out to Delroy, standing up as a centre. Stanley P. Jerd, as he likes to be known these days, has come away with a strong burst. Peter Wynn, one-handed pass out to Delroy. Lamb's there like a rock of Gibraltar. And he came up with the ball but gets penalised for his trouble. Peter Mortimer, he of the grey hair, is coming over to hear an accusation from a touch judge pulling the hair. Well, I reckon his hair's thinning a little bit himself. He should, if the charge were true, not go on with that. Somebody might do it to him. And Muggleton's come up with some good goal kicking in his time. In the first round, when Parramatta won 20-8, he came up with 6 from 7, an astonishing performance from him. He's also the 5th leading point scorer in the league with 2 tries and 42 goals, a total of 94 points. He'll be 4 away if he gets this. It's 11 metres in from the sideline and on the quarter. Just away to the left, the ball's gone over the back of the fence there, out to the street. So the score remains 0-0. Being there with a long trajectory, low trajectory rather, drop kick. Play to Ericsson. Laurie. It's Taylor there. Muggleton. Sterling comes back from one side of the ruck to the other, kicks to the blind side. The ball will go fairly close to going into touch. Fielded by Curry, the winger who doubles as a fullback. Well, a great results today came up this way. Under 23s, Canterbury 12, Parramatta 12, a draw. Reserves, Canterbury 14, Parramatta 6. The crowd are letting Mr. Stone know that they don't approve. That's a bit of a signature from Belmore Oval.
Great defence from Parramatta in driving Terry Lamb back. He obviously never heard the referee's call to take the tackle and play the ball, and now even worse for Terry Lamb and Canterbury. The penalty now from the scrum.
Differential penalty. They won't kick for goal from this. Peter Sterling is 15 metres out. That'll make it about 10. Taylor. This tiny little man, this little diminutive fellow playing with all these big Canterbury forwards. Astonishing. Very strong head-on tackle there by Langmack. Jerd. That's to Kenny. Kenny tries to release the ball around the side of the body but can't get it away. It's on the ground, knocked forward. It'll be a Canterbury-Bankstown put-in.
Well, Canterbury was certainly up very quick. To my way of thinking, they were well inside the 5. Very lucky that another penalty hadn't gone Parramatta's way.
Canterbury come up with this one. Steve Mortimer runs the blind side. They'll be looking for a big game today, particularly against Peter Sterling. And now the crowd start their usual chant of getting back on side. Well, we've got a player down injured at the moment.
Pat Jarvis in a lot of pain. A man that New South Wales can't afford to lose with the State of Origin teams announced tonight. Also the fact that with this game now, Peter Tunk's back in form, and Peter Tunk's out to regain his New South Wales blue jumper as well.
blame him. Well, that should have been penalised. He didn't touch it with his foot. So we've got rules for the injured and rules for the fit. That's an absurd bit of decision there by referee Stone. From the moment they're injured, it doesn't make any difference. And he failed to touch that with his foot. Should have been a penalty directly in front. Parramatta come up with a scrum win. Kenny driven sideways in the tackle. Linda. Well, Jarvis is going to make his removal from the field. We'll get an update from David Fordham on who'll be the replacement. Meanwhile, Muggleton comes up with a good run to get to within 10 metres of the halfway line. Taylor. Sterling. Got a pass away to Wynn. Wynn's gone through. The pass goes to Jackson. He can't handle it. Lands there to scoop up the drag. About 8 metres over the halfway line. Peter Kelly, the replacement, David?
Yes, he's the man wearing jersey number 40. Pat Jarvis did a lot of pay at Wrexham. That's not a good sign for the New South Wales State of Origin side.
No, well, it's not a good sign that Pat Kelly's come on either as a replacement, because he had a great deal of trouble keeping up with the action in the reserve grade. I can't imagine it'll go any better in first grade for him. Steve Mortimer switching it across the ruck to Curry. Curry's coming in from the wing. And there's the penalty. Failure to get away from the tackle player. And that will be a penalty.
Showing his consistency, Michael Stone, from one end of the field. Parramatta receiving the same sort of treatment. Now Canterbury get there. Deserts an interesting Tony Curry there in 5. Man coming off that pass from Steve Mortimer. He might be wearing number 5, but Curry is actually playing in the fullback role. Farah in 1 and back in the centre position.
Very slowly for the first 4 paces, then hurries the last couple. Shortens it all down on the way in, strikes the ball sweetly. It's a goal. Canterbury 2, Parramatta 0. Curry knocked that back in his in-goal area. Colin Whitfield goes for a motor. Gets to within 2 metres of the quarter line. They swarm on him this time. A little bit of gamesmanship there. Tunks holding on to Wynn's jumper. Away to Farah. Long kick downfield. Good bounce for Delroy. Takes it in the first bounce. Beats the tackle of Lamb. Whitfield's there. Chalmers goes for a sprint from dummy half, battles his way forward. Showed a lot of strength last week, playing on the flank for Parramatta. Jackson, good pass given to him there by Linda. Laurie. And I think it's going to be Bugden called out. Well, every picture tells the story. We don't need to explain what that's for. Sterling elects to kick the touch. Just a yard his own side of halfway. And that's a better kick from the centre of the field. It's a gain of about 18 metres. Sterling, Taylor. Tries to go through the middle there. Peter Mortimer didn't fall for that. Delroy, the dummy in through, and he's gone beautifully. Sidestep 2 Canterbury-Bankstown players. Now they need to quick play the ball. Stanley Jurd's there, away to Wynn. Wynn can't get the pass away. Stan Jurd holding the ball up. They're 10 metres out now. Best opportunity Parramatta's had. Out to Sterling. Sterling away to Kenny. Cut out past to Linda. He's still fighting his way. He's incredibly strong. Loses the ball now. Bugden has it. Tackled by Sterling 10 metres out from the line. Stephen Folks having a touch of the ball. I believe that's the first time I've called his name. Steve Mortimer. Terry Lamb, well taken, out to Whitfield. Whitfield goes beautifully up the sideline, running very well, gets a big bend in the plate of his opposite number there, Chalmers, and went on another. Peter Mortimer's thrown a dummy and gone over halfway. Steve Mortimer. Away to Mark Bugden. Last tackle coming up. That wasn't played properly. It was played badly. Put between his legs. And I think Bugden's quite right in pointing to the fact of Jarvis's occasion there a little while ago.
Well, I think that on that occasion, Bugden was trying to win the referee's favour by complaining about the tackle of Brett Kenny, but he certainly made a meal of it. Mark Bugden coming out with two major errors that have certainly cost Canterbury a lot of yardage.
Cap restart with Taylor at dummy half, Laurie to play it, Sterling, Chalmers, Peter Mortimer going pretty well today. Lee Beadle loses the ball, fallen on by Terry Lamb, got a pass away, back to Steve Mortimer. Steve Mortimer tries to use some of his electrifying pace there. Bugden, Kelly, Farah, Curry goes beautifully up to within 10 metres of the quarter line. On to Farah. Tackled about the quarter line. Steve Mortimer away to Langmack. Driven backwards and sideways. About a metre inside the quarter. Curry, Mortimer. On to Chris Mortimer. Last tackle coming up. Lamb was poised there to have a shot at a field goal. That'll be a handover. And that's the first time I've ever seen the law obeyed correctly. Farah put the ball down on the ground in front of him, as it's deemed in the rules that you should do. Sterling. Kenny. Pass to Muggleton. Is knocked forward, 6 to go. I agree with the decision. The ball was knocked in flight.
Good decision from Nick Stone. The ball was touched by Steve O'Brien, and problems here with the knee and the back. Going for the ball was Peter Kelly, and Michael Eriksson coming up on the wrong end of it.
Now he gets the pass. Taylor. Lee Beater. Sterling. Delroy. Only a very lightweight player, very slim. Taylor. Sterling. Kenny. Cut out pass to Jackson. Jackson's got up through the defence, got it out to Chalmers. Chalmers gets towards the halfway line. Kenny. Sterling. Turns it back to the blind to Kenny, and Kenny's pass goes straight over the sideline. They can all afford errors like that.
A couple of mistakes come up in the Parramatta side, mainly because of their eagerness to try and catch Canterbury. Switches of play, they're trying to look out wide. On the fringes outside the back line, there certainly is a lot of gaps appearing in Canterbury-Bankstown's defence.
Well, Canterbury have been awarded a penalty. Parramatta infringing the 5 yards in the ruck. Terry Lamb's going to take the kick at goal.
I think the man that will probably come up here is Colin Whitfield. Terry Lamb, this is probably far too out for Terry Lamb, and the Englishman Colin Whitfield, who wearing 3, and because of that backline reshuffle finds himself on the wing. A noted, a prolific goal kicker back home for his club, Halifax.
Whitfield will take it 7 metres inside the half. The wind's at his back. As I see it, David, the wind may have freshened a little bit.
It has freshened, Rex, but this is certainly not a distance problem for Colin Whitfield. As Graham mentioned, one of the most prolific point scorers in the British Premiership. In fact, he was brought across from Wigan purely for his goal kicking to the Halifax club, and he played in that Challenge Cup final, which Graham Eadie and Chris Anderson played in back on May 2.
Well, he's around the corner, Stylus, but not very far around the corner. 3 paces. Gives that a oink, and has got it. So Canterbury go to a 4-point lead over Parramatta. Canterbury side, Steve Mortimer. Curry at dummy half. On to Stephen Folkes. There's going to be plenty of room there for them to run. Curry running from dummy half. Bugden got on his way and slowed the action down a little. Well, Bugden responsible for 2 negative play the balls there. On to Kelly. Kelly's pass was long astray. Now goes back to Langmack. Chris Mortimer complaining to the referee as Whitfield gets a resounding kick downfield. Bounce on its point. Sterling has it. Gives it away to Ericsson. Tackled by Lamb. Well, that's a good ploy. Sterling not believing in being tackled in possession. Win. Taylor at dummy half. Linda. Kenny. Muggleton. Very close to being through. Got up, played it forward, and there's somebody moved into the marker position, and he was caught. At the point of playing it, there was nobody in front of him. At the moment he played it, Peter Mortimer appeared. Watch it.
Certainly was touch and go. He was in the process of playing the ball as Peter Mortimer jumped in from his left-hand side. It was a very difficult penalty to award, that one. I think it was a little unlucky on that occasion, John Muggleton.
This penalty from 12 metres inside the Parramatta half and about the same distance in from the sideline. Whitfield fails to get it. Sterling's got it in the in goal. Well, he slipped there and went down to one knee before being able to retrieve the position. Delroy given a very stern lesson there in forward defence. Came in touch with Chris Mortimer. Stan Jerd comes away with a bustling run. Taylor to win. Jerd. Sterling kicking. This will go to Curry on about the 2nd or 3rd bounce. The crowd getting a little bit irate there, one thinks, with Curry. Tackled his own side of halfway. Bugden. Mortimer. Farah puts it there. And the referee will blow for knock on. Andrew Farah making one of his rare handling errors. Out the Parramatta side to Delroy. Standing up as a 5'8" on the blind side of that scrum. Linda. Win. Taylor. Laurie. They're gradually working their way upfield. The score 4-0. Canterbury's favour. We've got 15 minutes to go in the first half of this match. Sterling. Little chip over the top. It'll go into the in-goal area, probably just around about there. Curry falls on it directly on the line. Steve O'Brien from dummy half, up the blind side. That was Andrew Farah. Now Steve Mortimer. Bugden. Tunks. Well, they've been fairly well contained. It's a gain of about 10 metres in that set of 6. As Lamb throws the dummy, gets the kick through, kicks ahead straight again, gets the bounce beautifully. He's up over the halfway. The long kick called for and put in, but this is going to be to Parramatta because the ball will go dead or will be forced. Very smart play by Terry Lamb. And responded well to the call of one of his teammates to put the long kick. See it again.
Excellent kicking from Terry Lamb. The ball just holding up in the end goal. The pressure's certainly on Parramatta now. They were forced to control the ball in their own in-goal situation. Tony Chalmers certainly made it in the ball well ahead of anybody else, but the Canterbury chasers were there, and now they get 6 more tackles all over again.
Muggleton drives that one up. Fielded by Farah, back towards the halfway line. He's coming up with a very powerful burst and gets him about 23 yards along the track. Chris Mortimer now on the surge. He's fitted in well into the forward. Bugden getting a roar off the crowd here as they watch their heroes come alive. Kelly there. Bugden. Steve Mortimer. Langmack. Got a one-handed pass back on the inside. Picked up by Steve Mortimer from... A beautiful dive and an intercept mid-air. I think by Linda. Absolutely astonishing. Gee whiz, that is astonishing. They're really agile. Well, still back on their quarter line, the Parramatta side, after that magic bit of football. Muggleton got a long pass out there to Ericsson. He's tackled about 10 metres beyond his quarter line. Linda. Caught by the jersey, not put down. Touched as a man. Sterling. That break again has gone the other way from the touchline. Curry. Farah. David's got some news there of a player.
Yes, I can't see Jackson continuing in the Parramatta camp, Rex. He's obviously clutching at a rib problem. He took big Andrew Farah on full bore a moment ago. He was already injured. He went down again. It appears Tony Casado at number 16 will come on and replace him.
He's certainly in a lot of trouble. He made that last tackle there, but only with the one arm and carrying that left-hand side. Well, it's actually the right side there that he's carrying, and Casado, the man warming up.
Bugden onto Folks. Folks around about the halfway line. Now Bugden again at dummy half. Signifying the 6 to go. Steve Mortimer, they're keeping it alive. Out to Lamb, it'll be a turnover. Well, they tried to get a suicidal pass away at the end. That's the reason for the scrum. Just about to take the field. Canterbury come up with it. Looks like a try on here. Cut. Running well. Oh, and O'Brien, the man that they swear by up here, has put the football down.
Great break by Canterbury, the first time they've really cut loose out wide. A terrific pass from Terry Lamb to put Curry into the open spaces, and an excellent pass from Curry as he was going down. It was just to the side of O'Brien, a pass that he should have taken. He had plenty of room in which to take on Michael Ericsson, and there he is, Brian Jackson, finally being forced to leave the field, and Tony Casado out there in 16.
Tony Casado takes the field in number 16. Pat Kelly in number 40. They've used up 2 of their 4 replacements. Win goes to dummy half. On to Stan Jerd. Motors forward about 8 metres. Paul Taylor having a run from dummy half. Now Stan Jerd at dummy half. Sterling. Cut out pass to Kenny. Delroy. I'm frightened this fella's going to break in 2. Every time I see him tackle, his body goes into gyrations. He's a smart player, no question about it, but I sometimes wonder whether he's strong enough. Well, some of the Canterbury backs were caught offside in that defensive area. The penalty's been taken. Taylor goes for a sprint. First tackle onto Sterling. Chalmers comes in from the wing. Lee beater. Plows forward another 8 or 10 metres. Win. Away to Jerd, who was wrapped up straight away. No room to move at all. Taylor. Sterling. Kenny. Pass there out to Laurie. Laurie's got it away on the wing to the fullback, Delroy. Sterling puts the bomb up. It's going to fall in the field of play. It's been knocked backwards, and he's offside. Came off a Parramatta player to the Parramatta number 10, Peter Wynn, and he was ruled offside.
Mortimer giving all the directions there for his Canterbury side. It's been a fairly quiet first half for the little number 7. I expect him to play a lot bigger role in the second half. We count down to 7 or 8 minutes now before half-time. He's the real danger man in the Canterbury side, especially when he goes from the dummy half position. A very big reason why Paul Taylor finds himself wearing number 12 for Parramatta too. He's there to keep his eye on Mortimer when he tries to run out of the middle of the ruck.
Canterbury have come away with some play to get them up 10 metres beyond their quarter. Tunks on the boil up the middle. Bugden. Langmack throws the dummy. Offloads now to Farrar. He swivels in the defence. Makes a few more yards. Muggo there with Lamb has had a bit of an altercation. The play goes on. Out to Kelly. Kelly charges at the opposition. The referee stops the play. And Lamb and Muggleton will come together with a touch touch. Well, I didn't see the action. I can't tell you what went on. I just caught the tail end of it. But the penalty goes to Parramatta, so it appears that Terry Lamb was the transgressor. 7 minutes to half-time. The score, Canterbury 4, Parramatta 0. Just before half-time would be a great time for Parramatta to get their act together and to get a try on the board. Taylor. Laurie. Sterling. Casato on the quarter line. Taylor. Sterling. Kenny. Step. Still going. Got extraordinary acceleration, this fella. Linda. Sterling. Picked off there after making about 7 or 8 metres, driven backwards. The last tackle coming up. He's not there to do anything about it. Muggleton gets a kick in. This will go to Curry. Stands his ground, takes it well, so back they come to the quarter line.
Mick Stones picked up Andrew Farrar. He put a shoulder charge into Mick Delroy as he was trying to follow the ball. Andrew Farrar, the man wearing the number 1 jumper. It'll be out here, Delroy there just starting to position himself outside Muggleton. He'll come into the picture from the right-hand side. And Andrew Farrar is the man that decides to put the shoulder charge down. Michael Stone is waving his finger in back play at the incident. Had no trouble in picking him off.
Okay, well, we've got Muggleton now to attempt this goal from only 10 metres out and about 7 or 8 metres off centre. He's called for the bucket of sand. The crowd are irate. The Canterbury-Bankstown section of it. He's had no successes from the 1. Now Muggo from around about 12 metres out and about 10 metres off centre. He's okay. It's Parramatta 2, Canterbury-Bankstown 4, with 4 minutes to go to half-time. Terry Lamb to restart the action. Taken by Linda. Gets out to the quarter line. Wynn, Sterling, Casado. Sterling. Getting in each other's way there. Two of them went for that ball. Taylor to Sterling. Kicking downfield. Curry fields it. Away to O'Brien. O'Brien's gone over two of them. Three of them. Going strongly. He's up over the quarter and put out finally by a top tackle from Mick Delroy. Killing. Steve Mortimer. Long cut out pass to Terry Lamb. Lamb to Farah. Farah to Peter Mortimer. Away out there to Colin Whitfield, who was playing on the wing in that particular movement. Good defence from Parramatta. Terry Lamb steps, goes back towards the line again, gets it away to Whitfield again. Bugden. Steve Mortimer. Langmack. Steve Mortimer. Still got a couple of tackles to go. Terry Lamb. Peter Mortimer. He's broken the tackle. Oh, yes, it's a good one. Peter Mortimer's the scorer of it at full stretch. He's come up with a great solo try there. Showed the ball, and they fell for it.
So often a game can change just prior to the half-time break on the State Bank replay. All the skills, Peter Mortimer. Don't worry about the greying hair. It's showing nothing but plenty of experience. Peter Sterling went for the dummy. Brett Kenny held off thinking the pass was going, and he just stretched to make the line. Plenty of hesitation in the Parramatta defence. The crowd was calling for offside from Paul Taylor. But Peter Mortimer stepping back inside. Plenty of room to move there. There goes Sterling with the first dummy, and the defence holds off with the second one. Great skills from Peter Mortimer.
First class try to Peter Mortimer, who's got 28 years officially on the board, but it's a hell of a lot of experience in that. The roar of the crowd tells us that he's been successful. So Canterbury-Bankstown now 10, Parramatta 2, and I believe the half-time whistle has gone. And an interesting first half of football. We've got Canterbury try to Peter Mortimer, goals Lamb 2 from 2, Whitfield 1 from 2. Parramatta's 2 points came from Muggleton, 1 from 2 attempts. So an astonishing game of football. We'll have some more of the same in just a moment. At half-time, Canterbury playing with some authority, although they've lost Pat Jarvis with what we've got a report on. David Fordham, you can give us the information on that.
Well, apparently the Canterbury officials are being a little bit guarded. They did say that it's only ligament and cartilage damage, but Paul Dunn, who does know what knee injuries are all about, did tell us on the sideline it was a dislocated knee. So let's hope it is the former and not the major injury to Pat Jarvis. The breeze has dropped, Rex, and one thing that I'm pleased to report, the sun is shining. As you know, sitting on the touchline, those clouds did look a bit ominous early in the first half.
Okay, well, we're back with the action now. Parramatta in possession about 8 metres outside their quarter. Away to Sterling. He elects to kick. It'll be fielded by Steve O'Brien. He's already been responsible for one particularly good run in which he defeated 3 defenders. Andrew Farah going a blind side, not very heavily populated with attackers there. His Curry going for a sprint up the blind. They're not guarding at Parramatta. Steve Mortimer. Langmack on the charge, 10 metres inside the Parramatta half. Swinging it back to Steve Mortimer. Out to O'Brien, and the young man goes very, very strongly and hard for 5 or 6 metres. Back to Lamb. Gets a grubber kick in. I think it was touched in flight. Castato's fallen on it. Taylor's a dummy half. To Kenny, they're passing the ball very, very dangerously close to their line. They're only about a metre out from their goal line. With a couple of long passes. Muggleton onto Linda, and that looks a modicum forward. Peter Wynn. They're out to the quarter line. It's the 5th tackle. Ricochet again. Peter Kelly's fallen on it for the Canterbury-Bankstown side. They'll be disorganised. Parramatta back inside to Bugden. Away to Kelly. Sterling sticking to his guns. He's got him in a bear hug and he's not letting go. Terry Lamb. They drive him back about 4 metres. Bugden turns it on the inside. It's a low pass. Went to the ground. Was scooped up without knocking on by Steve Mortimer. Now Mortimer's complaining about having the ball knocked out of his hands. He's been around long enough to know that's not on. Well, Mr. Stone wants that all again. Sterling has to fall on that at the base of the scrum. Away to Kenny. Mark Laurie. Taylor. Jerd. Very hard hit. Chris Mortimer responsible for that. Bob Linder was tackled on suspicion then, didn't have the football. Sterling's kick goes back towards the quarter. It's fielded by Curry. Out to O'Brien. And Ericsson comes to him, grabs him by the arm, and down he goes. Lamb to Farah. Mortimer. Well, he's tried that 2 or 3 times today. That's the nearest he's been to success. Langmack drops the pass to O'Brien. A couple of metres short of the quarter line. Parramatta's end. On to Kelly. Mortimer, Lamb, Farah, Peter Mortimer onto Terry Lamb. Got the pass away, but it was intercepted by Parramatta.
And once again, the Parramatta defence staying to fall for the Peter Mortimer dummies. On this occasion, though, the pass went too early to Terry Lamb. He didn't take the fullback in off the tackle.
Casato trying to dummy Farah and got a heavy tackle and has lost the football. Peter Taylor was responsible for that, and I think Terry Lamb's there. A little bit of a punch-up going on in goal, but there was a moment when Paul Taylor lost the football in a tackle, and from there Lamb was able to go over.
And the State Bank replay, very sloppy defence from Parramatta. They need a big performance, especially in the first 10 minutes of the second half. It's just not there. Paul Taylor, the man, was robbed of the football. Terry Lamb was there to pick up the dregs, but it was Paul Lamb just coming back into play after being down for attention for some time in back play. He had a clash of heads with Terry Leavitt. He was groggy onto his feet. He's come up with a major mistake, and Terry Lamb there to put the nail in the coffin for Parramatta.
That really is unforgivable, and the only thing in Paul Taylor's favour is that he had the ball stolen by probably the largest man on the field in Peter Tunks. But really to slip him into the hooking role, he's done nothing wrong except that, but to slip him into the hooking role today was not really fair to him. Meanwhile, the score has crept along to 14 points to 2. The conversion from Lamb will make it even more so.
Well, Terry Lamb's got a lot of problems here with the thigh muscle, so he's giving the call out to Steve Mortimer. His captain's coming up now. He obviously can't run it out, so Colin Whitfield will be the man that will come back after already making success with 1 from 2, a long range attempt earlier on. So they certainly lose nothing in the goal kicking department.
The dimensions of the kick, about 16 metres out from the goal line and possibly about 20 metres off centre. Colin Whitfield. He's successful, so the score slips away down to Canterbury 16, Parramatta 2. Still standing in the in-goal area. He got some stretching done by the trainer. Andrew Farrah takes it. The kick-off. Brings it out to 3 metres from the quarter. Langmack. Corralled there by Taylor, like throwing a steer. Bugden, O'Brien. Mortimer on to Tunks. Tunks on the drive. Hitting that line enormously hard. Kelly. Looking into the sun from where he is. Feels that okay on about the second bounce. And gets out to his quarter line. 16 points to 2.
Parramatta searching for a lot of answers. Let's just see how quickly they try and go out wide through Kenny and Sterling.
Sterling, Kenny, Muggleton having 2 snatches of that football. Didn't get it to his hands cleanly. Sterling, Wynn, Delroy, stepping. He turned him around. Oh, he was taken out of it there by Curry with a legitimate head-on tackle. Sterling kicks downfield. It's going to roll very close to the in-goal area. Peter Mortimer picks it up. Taking a fair bit of time to get back on side. Curry, Steve Mortimer. Whitfield comes away with a relieving run. Bugden, Steve Mortimer, Andrew Farrah. Langmack. Well, Peter Kelly's being led from the field at the moment.
Yes, Rex, a bloodied mouth. He's been replaced by James Donnelly wearing number 22, but Kelly's been a bit groggy since he's come back on from half-time. He took a nasty knock a moment ago, and James Donnelly has just received instructions on the telephone here on the touchline from the Canterbury coach, Warren Ryan.
Langmack will play it. There's a ricochet. This could be a try. No, the ricochet's gone too far. It ricocheted off Peter Sterling and went directly over the in-goal area.
Sterling must be shaking his head, wondering if this is just the day when the luck's going to desert the Eels. The ball just popping over the in-goal. It was a try for the number 7.
Steve Mortimer, Terry Lamb, Curry, long cut-out pass for Peter Mortimer. Steps, came back infield. Wrapped up by Linda, who's got through a power of work today. Chris Mortimer. Suicidal sort of a pass he was fed there by his brother. Tunks. Got a pass away there to Folks, who hasn't played a role that one would say was instrumental in the win in this particular game. Lamb kicked, went ahead, got to it. Scooped it up, got a pass away again. 6 to go, out to Andrew Farrar. Farrar to Steve Mortimer. Mortimer out to O'Brien. O'Brien there. He's there. So another error, allowing Terry Lamb to scoot through, pick up the ball. See it again.
He's noticed this the second time today when the defence, there was nobody at home. On the State Bank replay, a beautiful little grubber kick by Lamb. Terry Leavitt tried to get there. He had him by one hand, but plenty of support for Lamb as he now starts to look around. The pass was knocked back inside by a Parramatta player. Play on called, Mick Stone. Andrew Farrar saw the opportunity out wide. Steve Mortimer read the play exceptionally well to get there, to feed into the line. And Steve O'Brien, plenty of strength in situations like that, although the replay, we might have to check again to see if he really did ground that ball properly. Here we see Terry Leavitt arriving just too late to stop Terry Lamb. He bounced back up to his feet. Plenty of support, as I said before. The ball knocked by Parramatta. Now Andrew Farrar searches out wide, and the problem here is, did Steve O'Brien ground the ball correctly? As we see him go for the line, he was just short of the line, and he did get the ball down. Plenty of strength in situations like that. Virtually unstoppable. Steve O'Brien taking over the mantle from the man that was renowned in that position, Eric Groth.
Steve O'Brien, 22 years of age, some say a natural for the New South Wales State of Origin side. We shall see. Well, whatever injury Terry Lamb had before, it's soon over. A knock to a nerve perhaps in the leg, numbed it. He's okay now. Going to attempt the conversion from the quarter line junction with the sideline. Well, there it is, 20 points to 2. Canterbury really got a death grip on this game, and I'm afraid Parramatta are for the high jump in 1987. Muggleton again off for Parramatta. Again, the scenario is the same. Curry fields it, brings it out about 15 metres into the field of play. They'll get their big men working now, Tunks and Donnelly and others, to get them away from here. Langmack. There's Tunks now. Well, that's taken 3 of them, but he's got beyond the quarter line. Good stuff. Mortimer. Pass looks marginally forward. Out to Farrar. Kicks upfield, fielded by Chalmers. Went straight into the defence, no subtlety about him at all. Tried to knock Whitfield out of the way. Delroy. Lamb picks him off with a good diving tackle. Casada. Sailor. Lee Beater, there's actually no penetration at all in this Parramatta side at the moment. There's a splendid kick being put down, just found touch about a metre or so from the corner post. A beautiful kick by Sterling, a long-range one. His kicking game hasn't been on today, which isn't to say that he hasn't played well. Steve Mortimer to feed. Parramatta hooker having some trouble getting in that scrum, but Steve O'Brien scooped up the drag. Steve Mortimer now goes a few metres. 20 points to 2. About 25 minutes left in this game. The score has got every opportunity to go further apart. Farrow's played a dual role today. His kicking has been utilised as a second opportunity, a second alternative for Canterbury-Bankstown. Whitfield gets a solid clout on that. Back to Delroy, fielding it in his corner. Lamb's there to... Well, he's beaten Lamb beautifully with a good step. Lamb dived, met thin air. Sterling, they're swinging it wide now out to Kenny. Kenny to Ericsson, goes back outside, then comes inside with Chalmers. Linda at dummy half. Win, wrapped up by Chris Mortimer, who's virtually developed into a remorseless defender. Casado getting the rough treatment. Out to Taylor. On to Linda. Still going, busted the tackle. Kicks ahead, that's ricocheted and of a Parramatta player. Bit of bad luck for Parramatta. Great bust by Linda.
Linda clutching at his knee also and hobbling. He's been suffering from a bad ankle over a number of weeks.
Steve Mortimer. Donnelly, busted, got it to Lamb. Lamb slipped, gone round Delroy, knocked to the ground, gets to his feet, runs backwards, gets it on there to Donnelly, who's twice participated in that move. That should be 6 to go. It was touched by a Parramatta player. Referees missed that. Chris Mortimer. Langmack. Back on the inside. Now away to Chris Mortimer. Away to Steve Mortimer. Looks for support. Gets a pass out there to Whitfield. Whitfield tackle on the quarter line. Steve Mortimer. Langmack. Trying it anywhere, and Parramatta come up with the ball, but they're all offside. All the Parramatta players were standing up in an offside position. 1, 2, 3, 4, says referee Stone.
Stevie Mortimer signals for goal, but Canterbury, good referee by Mick Stone. He saw that they were all well and truly inside the 5. He allowed the opportunity for Canterbury. They had the numbers. If they had made the break, the try was on, playing the advantage, but now the opportunity for 2 more points.
Beyond the quarter line, 20 metres or so from midfield, will attempt this goal. And he's missed it. So the score remains 20 points to 2, Canterbury's favour. Taken by Curry. Gets out 10 metres beyond the quarter line. Tunks gets a one-handed pass away. I think it was Andrew Farrow fielded that. And now Parramatta are getting ready to make a change.
Yes, Peter Ford is on in number 21. He played lock forward in reserve grade when they suffered a 14 points to 6 Wrexham, so he's looking down the barrel of 2 losses in one afternoon here at Belmore.
Well, it was a dreadful, dreadful game, the reserve grade, if you were a Parramatta fan, because they couldn't hold the football, and they were leading the competition when they went into the game, and they've come out of it very badly. Steve Mortimer gets the bounce, kicks ahead, gets the bounce, and then lost the ball, and has been designated as a tackler before he got the ball.
Brett Kenny was a man that had read the chip was on. He was just running shoulder to shoulder with Steve Mortimer McStone, arguing the fact that he affected the tackle. Well, again, that's a fairly tough penalty from my way of thinking. I couldn't really agree with McStone that Kenny made the tackle before Mortimer had the ball.
It's clear that Kenny had his hands on Mortimer before he retained the ball, so the penalty had to go that way. But we've got the goal going to be kicked now, or attempted, from Terry Lamb. They're switching their kickers around. 2 from 3, this fella. Steve Mortimer's first attempted kick and chase, second attempted kick and chase today. A metre outside the quarter, about 7 or 8 metres off centre. Should have little trouble with this. He's got it. So the score now moves on to Canterbury-Bankstown 22, Parramatta 2. On the seaside, and I anticipated when I saw rain this morning this game would be played in a quagmire, but I believe there's been no rain inland at all. Definitely coastal. Bugden through the pass nowhere, out to Whitfield. Picked up the dregs. Langmack back inside. Oh, they'll thank him for that. Stephen Folkes ought to give him a lock of his hair from that one. Bugden living in that dummy half position. Away to Peter Tunks. Beautiful handling. Out to Steve Mortimer. Andrew Farah going strongly. Gets a pass back inside. Goes to ground. Picked up by Terry Leadbeater. Canterbury are a very strong side, but they are incapable sometimes of doing the clever things easy. They made a real meal of that. They had 3-man overlap there at one stage, reduced to 2, and then the pass went to ground. Sterling, quick hand, beautifully away to to Casado rather. Picked off 5 metres inside Canterbury's half. Stan Jerd. We've got 17 minutes in this match to go. Wynn kicks ahead. Steve Mortimer takes it beautifully. Gets it to Casado to Curry, who goes to ground with it. Chris Mortimer, who's had a very solid game today. Langmack. Heavily dumped on the quarter line. Still going the blind side out to Tunks. Looking to get one of those one-handed passes of his away. Lamb, Mortimer, Farah, Peter Mortimer, out to Whitfield. Whitfield not quite enough pace to get away from Chambers, but offended his face and ran on for another 7 yards. Lamb. That was Chris Mortimer, got the pass back inside. Peter Mortimer finishes up with it. That was a handover.
Plenty of bright attack from Canterbury this afternoon. A strong scoreline of 22 points to 2. But this is the sort of thing that's coming back to win the fans at Canterbury. The defence is starting to come back. There was stories out of last week's clash against Western Suburbs that the forwards were starting to regain the enthusiasm we saw them win titles in '84. at 85 and only just missed last year. The defence has been exceptional today, and Parramatta have really struggled at times to find the gaps.
That pass from Kenny to Linda there was much too hard in the circumstances. Whitfield was all over him, and he had little chance to take it. See it again. Scrum to be fed by Steve Mortimer. One against the feed. Have it again. Well, that's in and straight out. I think I probably was reflex-wise thinking I'd be penalising Canterbury for that one. But the penalty's gone to Parramatta. He said feet across. It's a differential penalty, so Farrell will kick the touch. 15 minutes exactly to go. Donnelly on the charge. They're 13 metres out from the Parramatta line. Tucks. About 10.5 metres out. Steve Mortimer. Langmack, beautifully tackled by Peter Sterling, right around the boot top. There was a Steve Mortimer special that didn't quite come off. It was a cut-out pass, trying to Langmack. Andrew Farrer. Ball pops up in the air, goes to Wynn. Parramatta back in defence now. Or back in attack, rather, with Canterbury. Peter Wynn. He's a goer, Peter Wynn, but there are times that he doesn't look quite as effective as he should be. Curry. Surrounded by Parramatta chasers. Whitfield. Gets to the halfway line. Muggleton. Mortimer. Lamb, cut out pass to Peter Mortimer, back on the inside to O'Brien, went to ground. O'Brien fairly well handled by Casado there. Steve Mortimer. Andrew Farrer. Forced to run sideways there as the defenders came at him 1, 2, 3. Stephen Folks on the charge from dummy half. And apparently he's hurt 1 metre from the halfway line, right in the middle of the field.
Steve Folks only just coming back, trying to make get his position back in the state of origin after suffering a knee problem.
There's a section of the 18,000 crowd that we've got in attendance here at Belmore. And there is the beautifully filled stand. Some of the Canterbury fans are just starting now to realise, with 12 minutes to go, that the game is well won. There's Terry Lamb, kicked it, it's rebounded. An aspect of play in modern football which irritates the bejesus out of me. Peter Ford. Running from dummy half. Got up and played it. I thought he had a marker, but the marker obviously was standing away to the left. Taylor, Sterling, Kenny, Delroy. This will be... I don't believe there was any malicious intent in this. I don't believe it was even very hard. Andrew Farrer was the player that was responsible for it. The penalty will go to Parramatta. Stephen Folks coming from the field. Who's going on?
In number 21, Rex, Greg Whitbread from the reserve grade side.
Greg Whitbread, 21. Okay, the penalty's been taken. Lee Beater comes on the charge. They've not been ferocious today, Jerd or P. Sterling. Kenny. Delroy again running into a brick wall out there. Sterling resorting to the kick. Ball goes into the in-goal area. Oi! Very close indeed. Brett Kenny very nearly got a hand to that. See that again.
Well, an excellent kick from Peter Sterling, and a dangerous thing for fullback, I always believe, just to knock that ball like that. If you can get one hand to it, why not try and get the two and force it go down with the ball?
Curry's got an egg on his face from a previous match, so surprised at him doing something like that. Terry Lamb with 9.5 minutes to go. 22 points to 2. Jerd comes around the edge of the ruck there and made a bit of an inroad. Taylor, Wynn, stands in the tackle. Back to Taylor, onto Leibiter, through an overhead pass, out to 2, Ericsson, onto Chalmers, the other wing three-quarter, who goes in for a try. As simple as that, and as out of character as that. That's the way that Parramatta try happened. See it again.
They haven't given up. Strong play by Parramatta. Short line side here. We see the ball coming around to Terry Leibiter, who gets an excellent long ball away. He read that there were gaps out wide. He drew in Peter Mortimer and also Paul Langmack. Gave the start for Michael Ericsson and back inside for Tony Chalmers. Parramatta trying to put some pride back into that scoreline. The game is virtually gone, as we see again the short blind here that Parramatta are trying to work away at. They haven't been able to find any gaps out wide through the defences of Peter Mortimer and also Andrew Farah. And out wide they had the numbers for Ericsson, back inside for Tony Chalmers for the clear run to the line. Peter Mortimer giving chase.
Muggleton will attempt to convert this from the quarter line and about 10 metres in from the sideline, 9.5 metres perhaps. Moving in. Just away to the left, I believe. So the score remains Canterbury-Bankstown 22, Parramatta 6. This will be fed by Sterling, as it was only the third tackle, but it's one against the feed. One by Canterbury. Terry Lamb comes up with it. Mortimer trying to make that initial bust from dummy half. Bugden, Langmack to Lamb. I think they're a wake-up to that one. Peter Tunks. Good solid tackle there. Over the top by Stan Jerd. Bugden. Last tackle coming up now. Now Bugden's turn to get hurt. I think perhaps he's got a cramp. Mark Bugden, a leg injury, being helped to his feet. Well, he's okay. Now let's see whether he's given a special dispensation not to play the ball properly. It's played correctly. Langmack's kick is charged down for the umpteenth time in this match. Really astonishing. Laurie whipped on it, got to beyond the halfway line. Paul Taylor. Sterling. Stan Jerd fancies himself as a centre. That's where he was playing. Sterling. Casado came on the burst there. No, that wasn't Casado. That was Ericsson. Jerd. About 5 metres into the Canterbury-Bankstown half. 22 points to 6. And a about 5 minutes to go. The kick downfield by Taylor. The chase is on. They're all coming hard as hell. Tony Curry tries to swerve and stop, but he's still over on the 10-yard line. Sterling. Steve O'Brien. Steve Mortimer out to Whitfield. Through the first tackle. Bugden gets beyond the quarter line. Langmack. Switching it across the ruck out to Farrow. Farrow drives the ball downfield. That'll be a knock-on from McDelroy. Very hard and low trajectory, the kick. A difficult one for him to take. Didn't make much of a knock-on, but just sufficient.
Parramatta very flat in this play of the ball here. Plenty of chat in the back with Terry Lamb and Tony Curry. They'll either bring the fullback in here or maybe a kick into the in goal.
Lamb to Curry, standing there attempting to penetrate the back line, but wasn't in motion at the time. Lamb, Donnelly. Greg Whitbread running from dummy half, changes direction, makes a good inroad again. Steve Mortimer's calling for it out in the open side here. Lamb, Mortimer, back on the inside. 6 to go, it should be out to Lamb, out to Mortimer. Mortimer away to Langmack. Langmack back on the inside to Peter Mortimer. He's wrapped up 9 metres out from the line. Chris Mortimer. There should be a go on here. There's a hell of an overlap over here. They've kicked straight ahead. Curry's taken out of the play. But the ball goes dead. Is forced in goal. And that's the end of that section.
Well, McStone was certainly having a clear view of the incident there. Well, there was a slight shoulder bump there from Brett Kenny. Tony Curry maybe overdoing it a bit, but he's going to get the ball back for Canterbury-Bankstown, and 6 tackles, which will probably just about see the game out.
Yes, perhaps a minute to go now. Tux giving himself a chance to wind up. I would think that he would be one of the players selected in the State of Origin side, particularly now as Jarvis is out of the side. I always had Tux in my team. Sterling, Casado, just trying to penetrate there, but couldn't do so. Sterling, cut out pass to Kenny. Got a beautiful pass away there to Ericsson. Delightful football. Sterling, Wynn, back to Jerd. Had the ball stolen from him. It's given out to Sterling. Sterling's out there to Farrow. Farrow goes round his man. Gets it away to O'Brien. O'Brien's gone. He got out of Laurie's tackle. No, Laurie comes at him again and puts him down the second time. Good work. Curry. Steve Mortimer. Bugden. About 5 metres out from the quarter line. Steve Mortimer. Langmack, Tunks, Whitbread, bounced off one defender. Steve Mortimer, Andrew Farrow changes direction, gets the pass away, and knock on was the ruling by the referee. Well, it's the longest minute in history. I said about a minute and a half ago. There it is. So the score, just as the crowd get deafening, The scoreline reads Canterbury 22, Parramatta 6. The